Metal music. When I say this phrase, you probably already have a firm image in your head. Maybe this is what you picture: scary, face painted, probably Norwegian dudes in the woods making a sacrifice, running around filming their next music video for their song that doesn't really sound like anything. Or maybe you think of this: back to the 80s, a time of excess. Everything from multiple cans of Aquanet for one head of hair to way too much leather that somehow covers way too little, ridiculous instruments, and guys that look like girls, sometimes on purpose in Twisted Sister's case. Or maybe, instead of excess like the 80s, you think of this: a bunch of guys that are probably angry for no reason, pounding each other out in the open with their shirts off, while some guy on stage is screaming his head off. These guys look super angry, and you bet that that energy is matched by the angry music coming to them from the stage. Maybe that angry guy that you picture is this guy. This guy screaming his head off is probably angry for no reason as well. Maybe he's living day to day on whatever the venue owner pays him and taking baby wipe showers in his tour bus that's actually just a 20-year-old Ford van with 10 guys crammed in it. Well, a lot of these stereotypes are probably true, and I bet this dude has done a lot of that stuff. But this same guy who was screaming for no reason has a master's in clinical psychology. I wouldn't think of that. And he also had a job as a counselor for years before taking wet nap showers in a packed van with a bunch of other dudes on the way to the next venue. Or this guy, a big burly dude with a six string slung around his neck. On stage, he looks like a force to be reckoned with. Boo him, it looks like you might end up in the ICU. But this same guy who commands a powerful, even aggressive presence on stage has three daughters that I bet he would do anything for. What I'm trying to say with these examples is that metalheads, or pretty much anyone for that matter, don't just fall into the regular stereotypes that you might think of them falling into. You might think metalheads would spend their free time sacrificing goats, or drinking blood, or running around in the woods filming a music videos, not forming the world's first metal and knitting festival. Like a mosh pit. I bet a lot of you guys would say that it's dangerous, aggressive, or maybe even plain stupid, and I could see why you think that. But in every mosh pit that I've ever been into, as soon as someone goes down, the entire thing is stopped, and everybody is there picking each other up, making sure that everybody's okay. There's plenty of good in metal. Heart Support, for example, is a mental health and suicide prevention organization founded by a lead vocalist of an extremely heavy metal band. This organization is based primarily in the metal scene and focuses on reaching people at shows and festivals. They've helped so many people get out of dark places by using metal as the medium to reach those who are struggling. I've had plenty of amazing experience with Heart Support. I've volunteered with them at Warped Tour, which is a major metal tour that goes around the whole country every year. While I was there, I saw other volunteers praying with a girl for about an hour, helping her get through her issues and helping her see some hope at the end of the tunnel. When Heart Support goes to a festival, they set up massive boards where people can write down an issue they're having at the top. And throughout the festival, other people come over and write down solutions that they've found work for the issues, or just give them little inspiration pieces or a little bit of hope to get through what they're struggling with. Heart Support really encourages a community of love and help at every show, and they really help this community come out. There's even full festivals that help. I Matter Fest is a suicide prevention and awareness festival. This year, Heart Support has teamed up to help put it on and help reach more people. Some of the absolute most heavy bands I've ever seen have played this festival, all bonding together to support this amazing cause. I Matter is even a totally free festival. This festival is totally non for profit and it's put on every year to help people in the throes of depression have an escape to get help. The heavy, brutal music attracts some people who may not regularly seek help for what they are dealing with. There is so much of this in the metal community. Some may think it's full of hostility and aggression, but the truth is that there's such a strong community of metalheads who help each other and who really want to see each other be happy and have the best time that they can, whether that's at a festival or just in life. I've seen a ton of this in my experience on stage and off of it. In the Christian metal scene, for example, there is a ton of people that are there to help each other. Hold on, let's back up. You didn't know there was Christian metal bands? Well, most people have no clue either. It's always funny to see older folks especially try to put the words Christian and metal together. You might as well tell them that the best flavor of ice cream is guacamole ice cream. A lot of these Christian bands are trying to do the same thing with their music that I Matter and festivals like it are doing by putting on their festivals. They really want to spread the message to those people who might not receive it in any other way. There's even non Christian metal bands committed to spreading a positive message. A band such as Hatebreed, for example. Now, there may seem like the opposite of positivity, Hatebreed, but plenty of their lyrics contain messages about motivation and encouragement to keep a positive mental attitude. If you guys know me, you know that I'm all about metal. I practically eat, sleep, and breathe it. I've been to so many different shows on stage and off of it, and the community of metal that I've experienced is amazing. There's no competition. Everybody's looking out for each other, and they really want to see each other have the best time that they can, whether it's the best time performing on stage or being in the crowd. People are always looking out for each other, and this even goes to a personal level. I've been to shows before where after the band ends their set, the mosh pit turns into a prayer circle to try to help anybody that may be troubled under the surface. This community genuinely is full of people who care and really want to help each other. So you may have clicked on this speech thinking of metal as aggressive, dangerous music, but the community of metal will stun you. While obviously there's exceptions to every rule, metalheads are a community of all sorts of people united by music and who truly care about each other. This is metal. Not hatred and aggression, but a community of people united by loud guitars, fast drums, and guttural vocals.